it's
No, that works fine.
does it?
Yeah, just make sure it's that close to his mouth and your mouth.
And it still works okay?
Oh, it works great.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay, well let me see if he wants to do it. So it's still okay? Well, when he finishes with him, I don't want to interrupt him, so I'm going to go up there.
It works fine if you...
It's got to be close here. So I just go back and forth.
Right.
Like this, okay.
That'll do it. It cuts all the other sound out. It's pretty low.
Okay, that's very good.
Yeah. So, I just say something about Chicago.
Okay. Chicago Drum Exchange is one of the better vintage and new drum outlets in the city of Chicago. They have incredible equipment, as you can see. Various vintage drums, also new drums. They're located on the north side of Chicago, and it's one of the places to go, if not the place to go in Chicago, to find new drums and also vintage drums. Amazing, amazing. David, how are you? This display here is Canopes drums from Japan. High quality instruments. A lot of jazz drummers use these drums. As I said, very high quality. Various plies, various woods they use. The finishes are stains and also sparkles. Some very, very, very beautiful things, as you can see. The show has also a very, very large consignment section. These are drums that people bring in and just want to sell at the show. They do not have booths. They just bring them in and put a price on them and let people filter through and look through the various drums and see if there's anything they want to buy. There are complete sets in here. There are orphans, which what I mean by that is just single drums that people buy in. There's also snare drums. There are cymbals. I mean, you can get lost in here. And as I said, people come in and they just sift through the various drums and cymbals and snare drums and decide what they want to buy, if anything. There are some great buys in here. Prices go down as the show comes to a close. This year it was a 3-day show, and as you can see, some of these cats, the prices are coming down quite dramatically. So this is really a place for people who love drums, and that's certainly an understatement.
Yeah.
Okay. This display I'm standing in front of is perhaps one of the most amazing displays I've ever seen. As you can see, it's a catalog of the Buddy Rich snare drum history from 1950 to 1982. On the dais there are all the snare drums that Buddy used from those years that he played. Various companies, various sizes, some wood, some brass, some fiberglass. We'll go up and get a closer look at it. This drum set here is very similar to the drum set Buddy used in the late 40s. Ludwig drum set, white marine pearl, just a beauty, and it's for sale. Let's take a closer look at these snare drums. They're truly amazing. Buddy played with various companies, and you can see that these were WFL drums that he used. The wood Rogers Dynasonic, which most people associate him with, is this drum. For a very short time in 1967, Buddy played tricks and drums. It was maybe 6 months. A metal one and also a wood one. It's this Fibes drum that Buddy started playing Fibes, and this is the drum that Fibes, not necessarily this model, because this looks like it was a prototype, that he returned to again and again. It's made of fiberglass. It has a chrome covering, and it's a beautiful drum. Buddy then went to Slingerland and played various drums of various sizes. He played a 5x14. He also played these little cutie pies, 4x14s, 3 plies with rings, and stick shredder hoops. He preferred these hoops on this particular drum. Even though he was an endorser for Slingerland, Buddy went back to Fibes and played the Fibes snare drum. And in fact, there's an album cover of him. The album is called Live in London, in which he's playing Slingerland, but the snare drum he's using is this Fibes snare drum. He continued to come back to the snare drum, the Fibes snare drum. He would leave it for a while, play another brand, but come back, regardless of whose drums he was endorsing at the time. He went to Slingerland, as I said, and used this drum, or a drum very similar to it. It was a 5x14 Ted Lung. This was a 5-plow model. He left Slingerland, went to Ludwig, used the Supraphonic 400, and then went to the Supraphonic Super Sensitive. He also used these hammered bronze Supraphonic snare drums. I never saw him play these. But again, this is an amazing display of all the snare drums, plus sticks he used. 1970s Ludwig sticks, 1970s Capella Buddy Rich sticks, the type of bass drum pedal he used, the Slingerland Buddy Rich model. These are oak sticks. These are very rare, 1960s Buddy Rich model. And this has a scallop fulcrum right here. The stick is a little bit thinner right here where he would grip it. And then the very early 1950s WFL Ludwig stick. Again, I've never seen a display like this. This is an amazing display. You'll probably never see it again. And it's something that I had to film and talk about because drummers everywhere would be fascinated by this. It's truly an amazing display.
We're ready.
Is that he's always looking for a sound.
You ready?
Whether Something is a sound.
What do you want to do?
Where we're gonna just stand here. I'm gonna ask you some questions. We filmed all the drums. You know, if you wanna talk some more about them, feel free.
No, you know what's going on.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna say, so Tommy, I'm gonna introduce you. This is Tommy P, who's responsible for this great display with the help of Vintage Drum Guide. How should I put that?
Yeah, vintage.
How do you want me to put it, Dave? With the help of Vintage Drum Guide, this display, or you? What should I say about
The
it?
Vintage Drum Guide is putting on this display.
Good. So I'm going to ask you what made you do this? How long it has taken you, and tell us some stories about how you can go to certain drums that I had, you know, I put 3 drums to get this drum or whatever. Okay, you got it? Something like that?
Yeah, well, you feed me what you want.
Okay.
Feel free to vamp out if you're going in the direction you like. You're sharing really kind of full information. Don't worry about what he's asking. Be a politician, answer his question with a yes, and then go and do whatever you want.
And then just vamp. You know, just start talking. You love this stuff. That's what
I do.
That's what I want people to hear.
I
Okay.
just don't want to babble, you know. but-
Don't worry about it. If you're bad, we'll cut it out.
Okay, stop it. Shut up. Yeah. Okay.
Ready? And I introduce you as Tommy P, right?
Yeah, or do you want? Yeah.
Is that
Everybody
okay?
knows-
Everyone knows who you are.
That's pretty much how everybody knows me.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm standing here with Tommy P, and this amazing display has been brought to you by Vintage Drum Guide. Tommy put this display together, and Tommy, this is amazing. Tell me why you did it, and tell me how long it took you to do it.
The reason I did it is I'm a buddy freak, like so many people are, I guess, of our era. It just occurred to me one day, I couldn't collect all his drum sets. I had a couple snares that he had played, and it hit me. What if I were to put together a collection of every snare drum he actively played between, like, say, 1950 and 1982, and that's what started this.
How long has it taken you to do this?
That is a great question. I'm asked that all the time. Approximately 17 years to find all these models. What's interesting about these, the models are correct to the year he played them and the setup he would have played them on. Wrap, hoops, lugs. The drums are all spot on, and that's what the toughest part.
And how did you do that? By looking at recordings, or looking, at videos and stuff? How did you do it?
It's another great question. Nobody ever asked me that. Exactly. Pictures, magazines, film, anything I could see where he was playing all these different snare drums, I would zero in. Oh, he played that then? Oh, he played this snare with that set? Exactly what did it.
When you put this together, I noticed that you also have drumsticks. You have pedals. Was that also part of it, or did that come after the fact?
That came after. Once this got rolling, I said, well, can I find the drumsticks he played in that era with that company? And I started hunting those. And I have to add, not easy to find either.
Oh my God, I looked at these Rogers. I'm like, where did he find these?
They're NOS, never played. I found them in the bag. Yeah, near impossible to find.
Where?
You know, you're not going to you'll believe me, eBay.
Really?
But at least 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
When this stuff used to pop up with more frequency.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
However, the downside of that was it was expensive. Everybody wanted them, so people are bidding against each other and the prices are going up. And I lost more pairs of sticks because I didn't want to pay that. But I finally got them.
Well, good for you.
The WFLs, near impossible. Brand new, NOS. Those are like late 40s, 50s era.
And where did you find those?
One came from a collector, one eBay.
Okay. eBay
Again.
Okay.
But like I said, at least a decade ago. You know, you think you're going to go to a drum show, or I used to, and find this stuff. It just doesn't happen.
You don't
and you
find
know
it.
that. It
You don't.
just doesn't
You don't
happen.
find it. You don't find it.
It's got to be someone knows, or a collector, and they put you to, yeah, you know.
I understand. So tell me about this drum kit. This is very impressive.
I'm a Rogers guy, as I know you are.
I know. That's why I'm asking you.
I gig.
Why not a Rogers?
What's that?
Why not a Rogers?
Well, I do have the Rogers.
Oh, okay.
I gig on a set of 65 Buddy Rich celebrities,
Okay.
and I love them. And for my money, I never thought Buddy sounded better than when he was playing Rogers. That's just my opinion. I started doing these snare drums, and I started seeing more and more WFL footage. These popped up like a crocus out of the snow.
That's great. That's great.
I grabbed them. I didn't need them. My wife goes, another drum set. You know? But hun, you don't get it. These are like Buddies, 1950s. So that's how that worked. The amazing thing is, it's the Buddy model. Chrome hardware, twin 16s, 24. Hard, you just don't find it.
No,
this
you
way.
don't. You don't find it that way.
Wait, actually, I'm not being factual. The floor stands I had to add later. Those were near impossible to find. Near impossible, but I did find them. But the drums were all there, and look how they look.
It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful set of drums.
It really, really is. The canister throne.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it doesn't match the era of the set, but the White Marine Pearl matched, and it's Ludwig. It's about mid-60s, so I grabbed it.
Good for you.
I do want to say it had to be completely restored. The top was redone by a friend of mine. He's a professional upholsterer.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I polished out the aluminum, blah, blah, blah. You know the rest. It matches nice.
Well, I wanted to stop by because I think this is an amazing display, and I want to thank you for coming by. And it's breathtaking. It's truly
Well, thank you.
breathtaking. And you know,
Especially coming from you.
well-
You have a killer collection.
well, but this is breathtaking, and I want to thank you so much. And it's, I mean, I'm speechless.
Oh.
So thanks for bringing it. Thanks for coming all the way from Connecticut. I mean, I know you came a long way. Thank the Vintage Drum Guide for helping you do this. And thanks again, and good luck.
All right,
you know,
Jim.
I hope to see you again. I hope you do this again. I don't know if you will. This is an amazing collection and an undertaking.
We're already talking about the 30th anniversary. So.
Oh, good, good. Well, take care of yourself, and thanks very much.
All right, thank you.
Now, good, better, left, and right.